Rolling.
Hello, my name is David Parkinson, and this is the Hennessy Hammock Deep Jungle XL. And why don't you come in a little closer, more about the audio. One of the reasons why I want to do this video is because there's a lot of reviews about hammocks and which hammock should you buy. I want to speak from the experience of someone who's been traveling by motorcycle from the United States down to Argentina over the last 20 months. I spent a lot of nights camping. And one thing that I've noticed is a lot of people fall into the category of hammock campers or tent campers. And a lot of people don't know the benefits of a hammock, especially on a motorcycle trip. So one of the biggest benefits is a hammock takes up less space, less weight. A hammock allows you to spend a night when you have two trees or two structures that you can use to pitch the hammock, which can, one time I've even used my handlebars of my bike. So your bike can actually be one of those two pylons which you hook a hammock up to. It doesn't matter what the ground's like, it doesn't matter if it's wet or marshy. In this case we have some ground that hasn't been mowed for a while. No problem, because you're not going to be touching it. It doesn't matter if the ground is level or not. And I've definitely spent some nights where I'm kind of camping like this, trying to sleep after really long days of riding when I'm really tired, and it's really annoying to have a slanted sleeping surface. So the hammock actually solves all those problems. Now, when I started on my trip, I actually bought a hammock at REI. I bought an Eno double nest hammock. And my attitude was, I'm going to spend most of my nights in my tent, and for the nights where I don't feel like using the tent, I can use the hammock. That hammock is alright. Well, one of the problems with that is it's a single layer hammock with no integrated bug net. So that means that setup time was roughly double to the time that this guy takes to set up. Some of the real big benefits are, speaking about this hammock in particular, is an integrated bug net with no seam netting. This allows you to quickly set up your shelter where you're going to have bug netting built into it. It has a structural ridgeline here which holds the bug net up off of your head while you're trying to sleep, so you won't be having that bother you at night. And the other unique thing about the Deep Jungle XL hammock, I was talking with the folks at Hennessy Hammocks, and they recommended this one, especially because I'm going to be heading up north through Brazil and Venezuela. And one of the reasons why you want a double layer hammock is because mosquitoes are pernicious. And they will come and they will bite you at night. They don't care that you might have a nice layer of hammock in between you and your succulent flesh. It doesn't matter for them because they will actually bite through that layer. And a lot of people say you can treat it with a permathin or a anti-mosquito treatment, but the simple fact is I don't want to worry about that. I don't want to worry about it, especially in countries where you can catch dengue fever, you can catch malaria just by mosquito bite. So those are the things I really like about the hammock in terms of the mosquito and insect protection. The other thing I want to mention while we're kind of inside the hammock is this pouch, which is really great, because before I was just using, had to throw your stuff on the ground. This has a ridge line so you can clip stuff to it, carabiner stuff to it. And right here is my Kindle, so a little close, back up a bit. But here's my Kindle. I can go ahead and read that, put that away at night, not worry about it breaking. I've broken 2 or 3 Kindles before, so I'm really trying to be nice to this one. The other thing I want to mention, 2 other facts, is about the ease of setup. And what I've done with the Eno double nest hammock is I've tied with webbing around the tree and then clipped that to a carabiner. I found in knots that you can, come back here for 1 sec. I found in knots that you can rarely have 3 things. You can't have something that's easy to tie, easy to break down, and adjustable. You have to give on one of those things. So one of the things I love about this hammock setup, and this doesn't come with it, this is an aftermarket thing, and I should mention that they don't love the idea of using the rings because they say it damages the cord. But I did do a lot of research, and some people have been using this method, which is called the single ring suspension system, for a long time with no damage to this cord. And what's great about this is it literally took a few minutes to set up, if not a minute or less. What you do is you take these 2 straps, which are included from Hennessy hammocks. They both have a stitched, what is it called, eyelet through it, and you run the webbing through back from itself, run your cord around here. I'm not going to explain how to do this. There's plenty of videos, and I'll link to that in the review. But one of the benefits of this system is that once it's set up, all you have to do, we've loaded the hammock, so it takes a little bit of effort. But you can actually adjust the hammock more tense or less tense, and it's going to hold through that friction knot on here. And this is a climbing rated descending ring, which I'll also explain in the review. But that makes setup really fast because you never had to tie any knots. So it's fast to set up, it's fast to break down, because even though you saw me sit in the hammock and it was a little hard to adjust at first, I can take that out in 30 seconds to be packed away. And easy to tie, easy to set up, easy to break down. The fourth, final thing I want to mention is they include these guys here, which are snake skins. And what's cool is when you're actually breaking down the hammock, this is your stuff sack for the hammock. So you can just run this over your hammock here, you know, and then you don't have to stuff your hammock into anything. The last thing I want to mention, which I don't have set up right now, is the fly, which every hammock comes integrated with a fly that you can clip onto some prusik latches up here, and then you're set. You have a full sleeping system. It takes you minutes to set up, minutes to break down. You're going to be comfortable, especially in warmer climates like Brazil and Venezuela, where I'm going to, where being in a tent is just going to make you hot and stuffy outside. So that's what the Hennessy Deep Jungle Hammock is. I'll be writing more about it in the review, and now you have a better idea of what it is and how it benefits motorcycle travelers. Thanks a lot.